harpist. She's a really musician, a really big artist, and she's just a wonderful lady. And that's the most fantastic thing, to be combined all of that in one person. And of course, I would like to also, as always, say a little of her biography, because of course her biography can spend really hours of explanation, but at least shortly to tell a little bit about Marielle Nordmann. Marielle Nordmann was born in France and started the piano at the age of 6. When she was 10, she met the legendary harpist Lily Laskin. A meeting with her was the most important in her life for the choice of her instrument and career. She's recognized and admired as a soloist through the world and plays with the greatest performers, and has been the privileged partner of Lily Laskin and Jean-Pierre Rampal. She's guest soloist with the greatest orchestras. Her musical activity includes works originally written for the harp, as well as the transcriptions, which she often makes herself, and modern creations. In 2008, she gave the world premiere of the concerto in C minor by Elias Parish Alvars, which in Israel, with the Israel Sinfonietta conducted by Evi Ostrovsky. In parallel with this brilliant career as an internationally renowned soloist, Marielle Nordmann has, for a number of years now, been creating musical spectacles in which she aims to combine different art forms: mime, dance, comedy. In these, she also plays the role of narrator, a musical story with masks and tap dancing. She was co-founder of the Lily Laskin International Harp Competition in Paris, and has also set up master's classes for the children at the Conservatory in Paris. From 1989 to 1999, she taught in Argentina, where she created the first national harp competition. She is currently chair of the judging panel of music of the Banque Popular Groups Foundation, and has just created the festival Le Musicalis in Paris for them. She believes in music for all, whatever possible, in hospitals, in prisons. She likes to apply for herself the maximum. One of the things that I have learned over the years is the difference between the taking one's work seriously and taking oneself seriously. The first one is essential, and the second, disastrous. The richness of her personality, her sense of humor, her vitality, and her human warmth make her a grande dame. The power or fullness of the sounds she produces, combined with exceptional musicianship and great sensitivity of timing, put her in the special ranks of great performers. And that's really something what I need to only confirm, and everybody who knows Marielle Nordmann can admit that this is totally true. She's a grande dame, and she is the most wonderful artist we know. I am very happy to welcome our guest, Marielle Nordmann, today. Marielle, welcome. It's lovely to have you today. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation and being today with us.
I'm very happy, Jana, to do that, especially for you, because we know each other since such a lot of years everywhere in the world, and it has been always a pleasure. You was really quite a baby when we meet. But okay, the only thing is my English is not absolutely perfect, and I didn't speak English since a very long time. So I hope I can say one or two words. We'll try.
Your English is wonderful, and you are really beautiful as always, as I always admire how gorgeous lady you are. And your life is so rich and full of wonderful stories and experiences. And I would like, of course, to know from the very beginning. You started when you were 6 years to play piano, and then you met, as I read, you met Lily Laskin when you were 10 years old. How did it come that you met Lily Laskin actually right away?
My grandmother was a harpist, amateur, but I think not so bad. I didn't remember because I was so very young. I was 9, and she just tried once to put a harp in my hands, and it went relatively fast. So she met a very long time ago Lily Laskin somewhere, I don't know how, but she phoned her and said to her, well, my Marielle, she's 9 and something, but perhaps well, so she came to my grandmother to take a cup of tea, and I play piano, and I had two months harp, so I play La Petite Berceuse de Hasselmans. Okay, and after that, my grandmother asked Lily Laskin piano, harp, and Laskin said to me, "Do you want to play harp?" And I was at the first moment I met her, I was in love with this lady. So she has 2 blue eyes, just incredible. Yes, and she wasn't so young at that. This is she gave me this photo a little later, but well, anyway, I don't want to stay too long time on this moment, but I begin to learn with her. And after that, 2 years ago, after I entered the conservatoire with 2 years of harp, it was just crazy because I couldn't play, but finally I entered. And after that, I stayed near her during 35 years, not in the conservatoire, but and she taught me. She learned me how to live, perhaps more than how to play harp. It's a little stupid to say that, but Madame Laskin was such an extraordinary woman. She was so brilliant, extraordinary artistic people, but also the woman was extraordinary, and our meeting was not a pupil to a teacher, but more a student to a maestro. Perhaps the same as something as guru. It's not a good word because people think, but it was like that. She really taught me how to go in life, in musical life, a little, and more in all the life, because she was so intelligent. She was so full of humor, and she was so she knew such a lot of the life. So everybody say that I'm Lily Laskin daughter, and it's fantastic. If it's there, I'm proud of that. And but we had extraordinary
relationship.
like that. Yes, it's even difficult to say in French, but in English it's just impossible.
I totally understand. And of course, as I showed this picture already, it is so clear that she really loved you a lot. She really must have admired you as well. So it's clear.
She had. We have 2 generations between. There was 2 generations between us, but really, I always think that she's my mother in life, as I say.
Because she was also a witness of your wedding.
Yes. She was there, and behind me. I was married during near 40 years with Patrice Fontana-Rosa, who's a very great violinist. And we are in a very, very old car.
And we also had
yes, she was there. for me, it was just a big present I had in life.
Yeah, of course. And Little Laskin was also married to a violinist, right?
Yes.
She was.
Yes. But she stayed with him all the life. I couldn't. We are separated now.
It can happen. It can happen. Life is always.
Yes, we know. It can happen. It's not important.
You also sent me this beautiful picture, you as a baby. This is really so cute.
I was Großpapa, big apple. I was because of my name. Yes, this is it's just before I was separated from my parents during more than 1 year when I was 2 years old, and I remember a very difficult moment. I have some souvenir. It has been a difficult, yes. I didn't speak didn't eat during 3 months when I was baby. I was separated, and something inside of my personality stay like that. I suppose I don't look, but I'm very shy, and I'm very little inside in life, but not in music, And it's extraordinary because we play as we are. Music. When you make music, you can play only one thing. It's yourself. Nothing else. You cannot pretend it to be these people or these people or these people or these people. Even if you hear a lot of records of all the great harpists, of all the great violinists, if you are a violinist or pianist and so on, at the beginning when you are a child, but after that you have your own personality, and that's the only way to be yourself. If not, you are the same as Jana, as I don't know, in my generation it was as Zabaleta or as Gorgeli or as all the great masters of harp. But if you want really to be yourself, you must grow in life every day like that. It's a long road, but I think all the time only do things you really feel inside yourself. Because very often people say, "Oh no, don't play that or don't do that," but it's their life. It's not your life. And if you want to have a personality, please, all the young harpists, some harpists here, that be yourself. Because when you play, if you want to be recognized, one people among 1,000 or 1,000 or million, you have to be yourself. I think I said, I don't know who, I don't remember who said, don't pretend to be this or these people, because they are already taken. Be just yourself. And this is fantastic. And in music is so important to be yourself.
And that's the music about, because everybody should be unique, should be original.
We are unique. We are unique, even if we are exactly the same. All the people are the same, but they have something different. I call that their soul, but because their personality is unique, and it's because you are unique that you must go on your road, and don't pretend to take the road of. If you admire somebody, I will do exactly the same as these people or these people, but it's not your way.
Not the way.
And yes, I just remember, because it's a long time, it's 70, near 70 years. My goodness. When I say that, when I have all this, this was my a little of my life. I said that it's not me. It's impossible. I didn't do all these things. it's it's incredible, and all the things are not 10 years in Argentina, 10 years I do that, and 10 years. No, all this is mixed, and you how it's possible to do all these things, and then to have a house, to have a husband, to have 3 children in 3 years and a half. My goodness. And continue to play, with one children on your head, giving something to eat, and on the other hand, all the other playing. Don't do that! Please don't do that. Okay.
No, it's makes you really such a special one, because you are a human being.
No, you're wrong, because it's why I'm not special. I'm exactly the same as all the women in the world, because we have exactly the same problem. That's all. When I had some minutes, I practiced the harp, because it was my life. And when I was, I go in different direction. Perhaps you want to follow something, or do you want to stop?
You please, it's really great if you speak about your. I just only want, before we will go a little bit farther, I just want, if you don't mind, to a little bit touch still your real childhood, because as you mentioned that you had something what is still in you, like to take it for your life, which was very, very, very important. And actually, I mean, when you said that you were separated from your parents, it's something what I actually can understand, that it makes you like really special in this case, for sure, because you have something for you to be still said through the music, so is it something what you feel that it's really there because of this childhood?
I cannot answer that, because it's difficult to make the links between all this. Perhaps I don't know if perhaps I'm sad. It's not sad. I'm not sure it's sadness. I can say perhaps it's music for me. If the music if music doesn't touch me here or here in the heart, for me it's not music. You know that since a very long time. And when I take if I put music on my stand, and if I read music and music written for piano, written for guitar, written for cembalo, I don't know, I always search the little place where there is the notes are going in coincidence with my heart. And I'm not sure it's sadness, but perhaps there is something very, very. It's possible. It's possible. I don't know. I born during war, and we escaped because one of my uncle who was a resistant was captured by the Nazi. And so we escaped from France, and we went to Switzerland. And it has been a very difficult moment, because we were in a camp for refugees. And I remember I was absolutely terrified of that. But it's I was very baby. I was 2 years and some months. It's just nothing. And I was during. Perhaps before 7 or 8 years old, I was a very sad baby. This I remember. And after that, I had a professor. How do you say solfège? You say solfège? What is it? Is it the same one?
I think that we all understand solfège. What does it mean? Yeah, it's the
I just remember I was 8, and I had a fantastic, very good teacher. She has a very big voice, and all the time she was shouted, but she was very nice, and she has a big moustache, very big moustache. And when she kissed me when I arrived, it was, and she was. It was funny because she was terrified of me, because each time she began to shout, and I was crying. So but I remember that when I was 9, I read the music in 7 different keys. And I say that not to say, well, I'm fantastic people, but for the young harpists. So I learned to read the music very, very fast.
And you had some special for that, or was it by Mrs. Laskin who taught you this?
No, I didn't met her at this moment. I met her only when I was 10.
Ah, yeah, okay.
It was before. My piano teacher, she knew probably that I was the girl of music, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, I believe that when we arrive on Earth, we have a little suitcase, and in it there is a paper, but you don't know. There is a paper. You will be a musician. You will be a judge. You will be a doctor as well. Mm-hmm. So something fantastic happened with me that at 6 years old, music was beginning in my life. That was fantastic.
Yes, and your grandma was a big inspiration for you, or was it just coincidence that?
No, because I practiced with her only 2 months before to play to Laskin. I have 2 months as a harp. No, when the meeting with Laskin was, I said that I was falling in love with her, but it was exactly that. You know, she has exactly the same. We have the same
wave.
Yeah. So her eyes were there. I was like that. She was like that, and something happened. I don't know. I don't know from where, but something happened, and it was
probably you were the same souls. You were soulmates.
I don't know. I don't know to say that, and but I knew that even she was playing, I don't know, violin or piano or cello. I will just follow her. I knew something inside of me knew that my way will be with her. So that's something. Okay.
That's a gift. That's a big gift.
Yes, I think I'm a very gifted people because my life goes just like that, except when I was 32, I think, just finished to have babies all the year, and suddenly I saw that it's so stupid to be in a room and playing harp. I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 years a day, and I thought that I would like to stop completely the harp and to go to help in camps of refugees and so on, and completely stop the music because I was a stupid life. And I asked for that, and people said to me, but you know, what are you doing in your camp? You know nothing, even if you were full of good volunteer, it's not enough. But so I understood that it was better if I give concerts to help, not to go by myself. And it was a very important moment for me. And also why I play in hospital and for handicapped children and in jail. Has been very important experience. Very difficult.
certainly believe also that the music really heals the souls, and especially for those people who need it. And so certainly in the way, if it's played really the music with the whole heart and the soul is inside, then exactly this point that you're playing for the hospitals, for the people who need it, who are really like in the maybe difficult situation, is the most big gift for us to give the gift to them.
Yes, because and it's all these places show you how happy you are to be free. Because all these people, for different reasons, they cannot go out from where they are. And I remember once I was in a jail, a man come to me after the concert and said to me, during 1 hour I escaped because of you. It's incredible, that the most.
I have really the goose. Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's the most fantastic compliment I had in all my life. And another I remember also another souvenir in a place where all the it was children place, and they were all on bed, and then they couldn't move because they were completely paralyzed. And at the end of the concert, the doctors who were there, they were all crying. Oh my goodness, what happened? And they said, we just looked a miracle, because the boy there couldn't move the arm, his arm. He was 15 or something like that. He froze, and and after that, I knew that my life, my musical life, will be for all these people. I was very happy when I was in a big hall with a nice dress and very everything everywhere and playing. I don't know, Mozart concerto. I loved it, but my real life was in another place. Finally, because because uh, um, because you cannot separate life and music. Yes, we can, but for me, it's not like that. Music and life will be absolutely together, and that's why you hear something sad, but I'm not sure it's completely sad. Or if it's very sad, it's because at moment in life we are all sad. We can be very joyful, but we are very often we have problems, a personal problem, and so sometimes life is not so easy. Life is wonderful and fascinating, but sometimes you just want to cry.
Absolutely.
So it's why I said on the beginning that we play exactly as we are. One day you're playing at full of joy because you are happy, everything is okay, and a month after you hear the same program, you say, "Oh my goodness, is it the same lady you play?" No, it's not the same. It's not the same. That's difficult to understand. Like every day you are a different people because of all the experiences you had during each day, and it continue. I'm near I'm 79 and a half. When you have when you are 2 years old and a half, mama. Okay, now I'm near 80 years. I couldn't believe because I live exactly the same as I am 20 years ago or something ago. But I know that there is a little Marielle who was there, and after Ed, the same as all the stones. When you open the stones, you have it in French it's strat, but perhaps it's like that, as a big sandwich. I'm a kind of big sandwich. Okay.
But honestly, it's you. I'm so looking forward to hear all the stories, and I will just now invite, if you don't mind, our guest, because as I told you at the beginning, we have this week we started the quizzes at the Harp channel, and each day the correct answer is awarded by the possibility to give the present during the live broadcast of the meeting the harp stars like today. And we had yesterday the winner who chosen you, Marielle, for being able to ask you live now during the broadcast some questions. So if you allow, I will bring in our winner, who is Veronika Lemishenko from Ukraine. Hello, Veronika.
Hello.
Hello, Veronika.
Hello.
It's lovely to have you here. So I'll give you a chance to, of course, ask our special guest today, Marielle Nordmann.
Yes, dear Marielle, I'm a big admirer of you. I was lucky to hear you once live around two years ago. It was 10 years ago. It was one of the big impressions for me. And I wanted to ask you about your favorite musical styles, but you already talked a little bit. So you found the music that touched you, and that is why you choose something to play. So I wanted to ask then, maybe there is some musical pieces you like to return and to play again and again, some favorite pieces.
I said that I liked all the music who can touch the heart of people. I'm not interested in technical. I'm not interested in technique. Technique is just an opportunity to make music, and music must give something to people who hear you. If you know, if you can dance on a string with on one feet and then cross, everybody say, "Ah, it's extraordinary!" But they are going to be very frightened on you, but they are not touched. And I need that with the music, we must really go to the heart of people to open, because if you open your heart with the music, you can be something you cannot say with words, can be said with the music. So you touch something in the interiority of people and make this interiority go out. So for me, this is music. So what I like to play all the slow movements of the concerto because it's the only moment I want. Perhaps it will be easier to say all the music where I can sing. You know, perhaps I wanted to be a singer. I don't know, but I'm not. So I must only play harp, and the harp is a terrible instrument, really terrible. So it's the only thing which interests me. It's to sing and to be sure that I can be understood by people, by the public. If there is not a link between us, this doesn't interest me. I'm not interested to show that I can play very, very, very fast, or I can play completely perfect. Perfection, I don't know perfection. I had a lot of problems during all this. But I am going to answer your question.
I just interrupt because I would just add something what also is written about Marielle Nordmann, what I found. And it's written that many excellent performers can make music. Some can even make their instrument sing, but only a few use it, speak, and say things that matter. And Marielle Nordmann is one of these. And that's true.
This is somebody very special about that. But well, the only thing when you play, just thing to share something of your heart to the heart of people who are in the public, because like that they are going to love you. There's a big difference between admiration and love.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be admired, you can play as the majority of artists. If you want to be loved, you are going to begin to be a unique people. They are going to love Veronica and not all the others. It's something important, because you are going to be loved as a human, not as a musician. I even don't want to say as a harpist, because harp is nothing. Harp is an instrument who can give you the opportunity to make music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we practice as devil. But practicing is just an opportunity to have your hand in good condition. It's the same as people who are making jogging and jogging and jogging and jogging. I just want to. I'm going to. I know you. I remember you. I have 1 minute or not? I have time, Jana.
We have unlimited time, so don't worry. It's very fun.
I just want to tell you a little, very little story. It happened. It's a real story. It happened during the Paralympic Games. You know what is it? Where handicapped people make also Olympic game, but they had problems. It was for jogging, I don't know, 400 meters, or I don't know, or 1 kilometer, I don't remember. And all the people that problems, some are in little car, running like that. Some had only one leg, or whatever, all in very poor condition. And perhaps I don't know, some meters before the line, the ending line, one of it was a women competition. That one was for women, and one of them fall down. I cannot say that, it's terrible. And all the others stop, go to the people who was down, put it up, and they all take their hands and arrive together to the line, to the ending line. This is for me something very important.
Mm-hmm.
The humanity is more important. That I don't want that music is inside of humanity, but harp is not humanity. Harp is the opportunity to make music. It's not the same. Don't be I'm a harpist. Yes, we must play as well as possible, because we cannot make mistakes, all the 3 notes. That's not possible. But you must practice just to be free when you are in contact with the public, and like that you can really touch them, and this is important. What I like as a pieces to play now. I remember your question.
Thank you very much, Marielle. I don't know if Veronica has one more question, or if that's the last question you had now.
Yes, so you were saying that we need to be free with public to share something good. And what is for you? What do you feel when you're playing? Do you feel joy or some kind of meditation, or you feel relaxed or concentrate? What do you think is important to
What to do before a concert?
Before or even during?
Or during the live?
Mm-hmm.
During all the time, or just before a concert?
Maybe what do you think is more important, to prepare yourself before going to stage, or to find some something during the performance, and what is it?
Before the concert, just before the concert, you have just to be as calm as possible. Don't practice as a devil. I speak just some minutes before, but during the concert, just please stop to think. That's why we practice. We practice not to think during the concert. Because if you make intellectual music, you cannot touch the people. You must, you know, I say always that we have an instrument in our arms, okay, but we are instrument in other arms. A little difficult to understand, but life is taking you in her arms. You know, it's the universe who takes you in her arms, and we call that inspiration. From where is coming? You know, you know that after a concert or a competition, somebody say, "Oh, she or he was inspired this evening." From where is coming the inspiration? Inspiration is coming from the universe. So you are an instrument, having an instrument in your arm, and to be in good condition. If you can make a 5-minute meditation before to go before going on stage, it can be wonderful. What is meditation? Sit down very simply on a chair, close your eyes, and try just to make a empty thing. But even if it's some minutes, and just you practice as a devil before. Okay, now I did my best, so now it's not no more my problem, and just go and jump in the swimming pool. Just pray and hope there is some water in the, you know. Not the one who's doing the fire. Sometimes it happens and it's not comfortable. I have 4 or 5 remember during all the year of where there was no water. So it's also very important when there is no water, because if at a moment of our life we think, oh, I'm somebody fantastic. I'm Marielle Nordmann, or I'm Jana Boušková, or I don't know. But finally, sometimes there is no water. So you arrive like that, and ay, boo boo. That's life. Okay.
That's very true. Veronica, thank you very, very much
Thank you very much.
and to be with
Bye
us.
bye, Veronica, and my best wishes for you. And
Thank you,
don't forget that you are an instrument. Practice, but after that, leave the world play for you, and go and say something with your heart to all the people who are in the audience, or in a competition, the same.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much.
Thank you. Bye, Veronica.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Marielle. Very, very wise advices, because yeah, that's very, very true. And actually, what you said, I wonder if you have the same opinion, that even if you are 100% sure about your playing, that you prepared everything, but if your emotional and the private life at that moment gives you some kind of very tough time, everything can be out of the concentration during the performance as well, because you are thinking about what it's hurting you so much in your soul, that either you can give it to the music, but at the same time you can totally destroy everything what you prepared, because something else, it's over you. And I think that's we have to, as you said, meditation, to try to calm down and not to think. Yeah, that's the main thing.
You know, just the 3 months has passed. We learn how to be obliged to stay at home and to stay with the people called Jana, called Marielle, called Veronica, called and so on, so on, so on, so on. And finally, it has been an opportunity to know really who you are, because you was in a quiet moment, in a calm moment. And so you can enter inside yourself. And there is a moment you cannot do that when you have children, very tiny children, or sometimes you run from a plane to another, and it's just your life is running faster than you. we know that each time when it's possible, take time to just to say very calmly with yourself, and after that, your music will not be exactly the same. But you need to practice. There is nothing to do. But
absolutely. But Marielle, it's you. I really say it's amazing. You made such a fantastic career as a harpist, but you still stayed humble and you stayed still like a really human being who has much more bigger way of thinking, like more deeper, and everything. It's still clear for you that we have something what is above us, which is more stronger than anything else. And you had also 3 children, which is amazing. It's twins, right? One, it's you have twins, and one.
No twins.
No. Okay, so
no. I have a girl, boy, girl, and the 2 last have not 1 year difference. So that's why they are not twins, but they and, well, okay, there are two musicians. They play with Nemanja Radulovic. They are in the staff of Nemanja Radulovic. And the first one, Virginie, she's a yoga teacher now. Now she's a yoga teacher. I'm very happy. I'm very happy of that because you know, finally all my 3 children are begin to understand something else, I think. But
and yoga, you also recommend to exercise yoga also for your soul and for your
yes, but yoga is a big name. You know, yoga can be only physical, but it's not that. Yoga is not only physical; it's always a way of living. And now I have more time for me, and I make I make yoga, I make meditation. I follow a lot of the different things. I read a lot, and I find now. But it's not only now. It's like that since very long time. I don't know all the time. All the time.
Marielle, do you remember when was your first concert? How old have you been?
I don't remember first concert. I remember the first TV show. I was 11. I was 11, and I play in duo with Annie Chalon. She was also a Lily Laskin pupil. But I remember the most. I remember that she has very nice little shoes and I had enormous white shoes with some socks. Horrible. I was so jealous of her. Because my parents. Yes, you know, and we play Pain de Charlane by Henriette Fonny. I remember that. Yeah. And Lily Laskin was there also for this. My first, I don't know. You know, during 10 years, I begin Harp at 10, enter in conservatoire at 12, go out at 16, and during when I was in the conservatoire, Madame Laskin asked me all the time to play in very little thing as a wedding or all the things, because I was really good reading because of what I say about Sampèche with the moustache, the moustache. And so I began very, very early, and she always say, I remember what she said. She said, "Do everything people ask you in music. Everything, even if it seems you completely stupid, do it." So I made incredible a number of incredible shows, probably with theater, with I play on the Bateau-Mouche in Paris. Nobody heard me, but I was playing. And I play in a hotel. And oh my God, I don't know what I didn't play. Everywhere. Because she said you have to learn the way of to be a musician, not to be a soloist. There was not so much to do with the harp, you know. And she was, I'm asking what the French harpist. There was no room for other people. There was some, but in France it was very important. So she said that to be a good musician, you have to go through a lot of different things. In French, we say before to be in the director chair, please weep the weep the earth, you know, the floor, weep the floor. So I weep the floor during a long time, and very often it was during the holidays. So each time I decided to go in the holidays, she phoned me, "Oh, darling Marielle, can you do that and that for me?" I'm in holiday. Oh, it's a pity. Long silence. Yes, I arrive. So you know, this is it's not exactly the relation the student and teacher. It's why at the beginning I say it's relation of maestro and disciple, you know. And I remember I always, all the time, was obliged to say yes. And she learned me two very important things. She learned me this, to say yes to life. And she learned me, it escaped, she gave me freedom. She gave me freedom in music. She never said you had to play this like that or like that. Sometimes she was not in accord. She said, "Oh, you did it like that. Okay, in some years we will change." No, I cannot change. Yes, my dear, you are going to change. Yeah. It's extraordinary. It's, you know, and now when I if I have some student coming to me and when I look the music, I say, my goodness, how can you be yourself? Everything is written here. On that note, do that. On that note, do that. On that. And I said, my help! How can you play? How can you play music? You know, you play the music of your teacher. Yes, but very often, Madame Laskin said that I was a child, and she said, "Well, okay, go out. I will show you." She played something, and now she said, "Come on, do the same as me."
But you know, this is amazing gift she gave you, because of course she gave you inspiration, but at the same time she gave you yourself, because you found the way how you really feel it. And she, of course, she very diplomatically only put you in the right way, right direction, but she did not make you a copy of something.
Oh yes, she didn't make me a clone of her.
That's very
yeah, this is very. I remember just one thing she said to me. She never said, "No, it's not good," or this or this. Just once, I played for her. I was I don't know 25 or 6, not so young, and I played for her a lot of little bars, Schubert, you know, and I played that for her, and she said nothing. And at the end, she looked to me and she said, "You are not allowed to play Schubert like that." And I remember today. And I was, because I put on my heart, but it's too much. It was too much, you know.
Oh, I have again. She's here probably.
You are not allowed to play Schubert. it's the only remember I have of something that was completely wrong.
Mm. And
That-
actually, the best lesson, to realize. But of course, you have to be clever enough, and you are, and you were, so that you have accepted this note.
I just want to stop you. I'm not clever. I have intuition. It's not the same.
Yeah. No, but you have understood what was meant by this. By this, you are clever. Don't worry, you are clever. But that you have understood what is behind this sentence, and that's very important, because you can tell the same sentence to someone else, and the person cannot get it because they will not understand it. They will maybe get angry at you, and that's very important that the student like you absolutely notice that it's something that she wants to help you to find, to understand.
Yes, you know why? Well, do you know why? It's just because I loved her.
Yes.
That's all. And probably she loved me, but I didn't know that. I was obliged to wait very perhaps I don't know 20 or 25 years later that really she loved me also. But at the beginning she didn't show me, and I was very sad of that, because I loved her so much that I was waiting something for her. She gave me a lot, but she didn't give me. It's the same when you are in love with a man, and it's stupid because she was the same generation as my grandmother. I was not in love when we say, but it was something more important. The links between us so strong,
and also when Marielle, you were also playing together, right?
Yes.
Like duo.
Yes.
What did you play, and how was it must have been amazing connection then when you played together.
Yes, but it was so easy, because she gave me the biberon. How do you say biberon to do, and I drank the milk of music with her milk, So it has been so easy, and I remember we never had the rehearsal. It has been very difficult for me because and I had exactly the same with Rampal. Jean-Pierre. You never want to rehearse. Oh, it's okay. You know it. No, I don't know. Yes, you know. Au secours. Al socorso.
Amazing gift what you had, that you could have actually performed with this wonderful person, this legend of the music world. And of course Lily Laskin played with Jean-Pierre Rampal as well before. And did you ever play all three together?
No, never, because when I began really to play with Rampal, Madame Laskin was really old, and Rampal couldn't continue to play with her because there is an age where your fingers are not the same. But Madame Laskin make a concerto Boieldieu record when she was I think 83.
Oh.
It's the most incredible Boieldieu you can hear. It's incredible.
And is it possible to find it somewhere? Is it recorded on the
sur Erato record? For sure, it's possible. And she made also the Reinecke concerto. So she was, I don't know, more than 80. And she come back, and I remember that, and she said, darling Marielle, I play Reinecke, and at the end, all the orchestra applauds me, and it was fantastic. She was just as a young harpist. She was so modest, so humble. I learned to live with her, but during we make a lot of tour, always in France, because she didn't like to go too far. And at the end of the tour, I was just exhausted, and she was absolutely okay. She was incredible. She had never she was never hungry. She was never thirsty. She was never sleepy. She was never cold, never hot, never. I don't know. I learned with her, and all the time I was, yeah, let's see that. I want to see her later, my dear. Oh, let's see, I need to practice. Oh, you don't need to practice. Let's see. All the time it was like that. You know, I learned living near her.
Mhm.
You know, the best way to teach is to be with somebody. I know, and to play with somebody.
Mhm.
Because you know, when you are young, you need somebody who take you where you are and do that with you,
Mhm.
not the contrary, not the people here go down to you. You are here and you have to climb the hill. This is
Absolutely.
that's my point of view. And you know, there is an Indian sentence who say the master is up, comment est-ce qu'on dit, l'élève, how do you say,
Didn't?
l'élève,
Child?
the child, the young one is down, and there is the
Little strict?
sagesse, how do you say sagesse?
Strict?
Kindness.
Yeah, guidance, yeah.
The kindness is between them, like that, and there is a link,
Right, right.
and that's it's like that.
So,
But
so,
you know, in another hand, you, as a teacher, you can just you can only learn what you are,
mhm. Mhm.
and one day you cannot give something to the people because the young one is now there and perhaps there, and you don't know, you
Mhm.
know. And when I was 18, I asked Madame Leskin to go to Marcel Grandjani. He was old, but I was very interested to go for some months. And she looked to me with her two blue eyes and she said, no. You know, today you jump from a teacher to another. I had only one because she didn't want that I go with somebody else. And I asked her why. And she said, what you have to learn, it will not with Marcel Argent.
Mhm.
So I didn't go. That's all. I didn't say, I want to do what I want. And I'm very comment est-ce qu'on dit, grateful to her.
Mhm.
Not to go with another people, but the life was so, it looks to be strict, but this to be like that, but it wasn't. Because she just learned me to find all the solutions inside and not to go and okay. So
Mhm. I have the same opinion. I feel that if, as you were lucky to have such a actually mentor from the very beginning, and you knew that, of course, she was the one who can give you the best. Why to search for something maybe the other will give me even better? I mean, it's like, as you were also comparing, it's like with the partner. It's like you have one partner and maybe the other one will be better, so I will go for the other. It's just like, it's, if you are satisfied, I mean, it's the same thing. The way can be, seems to be straight, but that person can give you the most, because it's only can you grow more and more. And if there is a respect and such a love, like you had for your teacher, that's the best way to grow the highest you can. So
yes, because finally there is a day where you can move your fingers and
by yourself. you are adult then, and you can of course open yourself because you had the best guidance, I guess.
Yeah, also yes, but and I think one thing is very important also, to have a, you know, to have a dream all the time, to have a dream and all the time go to this dream,
Yes,
because just you hear what is inside yourself, you know,
absolutely.
and when one dream is done, after that you have to put all the time another and another. This help you to grow. Uh, you know, it's the same as a flower or a tree. You know, a tree on the beginning, it takes a lot of time that all the racines, je sais pas comment on dit, go inside the earth very deeply, and the tree is just like that. And what happened? What do you do until you go? But it's very slow, and it's very important when you have young fellow, when you know that they go slowly at the beginning, because now we have such a lot of fantastic young, you know, too young, not too young, so something is going very fast, just as a technique, you know, fantastic technique. But when you finish with the technique, what are you doing? Because when with music, you know, after 20, I remember, I don't want to say the name, one very famous harpist, fantastic, when the day of her 60th birthday, she stopped suddenly to play. Why? Oh, because the harp. I hate the harp. It's finished, and I hate the music, and I don't want all this. Okay. If you want to continue, I continue to play and to concert. I hope you too. You are too young. Me too. And I continue to make spectacles, and I have some fairy tale just here behind me. I make the music inside, and I go to give that where it's good to it's where's the opportunity to do that. And so there is all the time something new and fresh, you know, because the repertoire of the harp, we know it's okay. There are some beautiful music, but not all the music is very good. So we need to continue to have the appetite to play, and there are such a lot of people, they are waiting for something fresh, something true, something you gave. It's a gift. You have to give a gift all the time you can. One day, okay, one day I will stop because oh, I have a pain there. Or, oh, I have a there. Okay, it's probably it's coming. But if you want not to be bored with the music and with the harp, please, all the young people, be full of imagination. Imagination is so important in
It's
so
very true.
important.
And I'm sure you have the same, because you also need the music for your life. You know, it's something what for me, for example, it enrich me. And in case I have some kind of 1 week or gap and I'm not playing the harp, I feel like what is missing. I just feel something what is missing, incredibly missing. So exactly the experience which you were, I know we are talking about, and I also don't want to say the name, but I was also very surprised about this, because for me it would be like to lose myself. The playing the harp, to make the music, it's something what is part of ourselves. We do it the whole life. It's enrich us. It gives us the sun, and you look like you look also because you do what you do. You know, it's something that I will die. I feel like it's like to put the water, to water the flower, and suddenly not to put the water.
Yeah. It's just because you are the music. You are not a harpist. You are the music. you play harp, you can play cello, you can play violin, you can play what you want. But what we are a part of music. And what is music? Music is vibration. Music is you cannot catch the music. So it's something around us. I remember not a very long time ago, somebody said to me, "Do you know that when you play, your music is going in the air and is going to turn for eternity?" I said, "My goodness, I never think of that." So we have to take care when we play.
No, it's true.
It's something important.
Mm.
You know, the music, when you know how Mozart or Schubert were writing their music just like that, they hear the music. Music is there.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if you never think that you are a musician, if you all the time think you are a harpist, everything's dead. So you must really.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
Maria, if you allow me, because you shared with me so many wonderful photos, and I would love to share them with the audience as well. If you can tell us a little bit about every photo, some stories, and what is it? So here you are. Is it you?
Yes, I love to play with a mask, and it was at the Cité de la Musique in Paris. I don't remember exactly for what, but I remember it was beautiful to have and the mask. I don't know if you can buy the mask. This mask is just there, and it's a Venetian mask. And I don't know why, but because I didn't play under my name, and I love that. I arrived on the stage. There was a harp, and I was under. And after that, there was an interview, and I played like that. And it was very difficult because it was very difficult to look.
Of course.
And the mask didn't don't.
Oh my God. I can imagine that it's very difficult to go, because I played once with the mask now during the pandemic, and I could not see the strings, even with the mask like this.
So I'm sure I make a lot of the wrong notes, but it doesn't matter.
What was the piece you played with the mask?
I don't remember. I hope I choose a very easy piece, but I don't remember.
But it was not something contemporary. It was something what was really written for the harp. It was something like Paris.
Yes, something you can play that with crocodile.
Okay. Because you like to do these kind of funny things.
Do you know who is behind there? One is me, but the other one difficult to say. It's in Arles, and it's Isabelle Moretti. when we arrived on the stage, nobody recognized us. It was so funny. The rehearsal, we were just absolutely dead of laughing. Oh, it was something. I don't remember what. Ah, yes, I know what it is. We play a little piece by Dalgimar, written for Florence on the harp, and it was difficult because she was just
Behind you.
I finished just like that because she was there. It was really funny. Yeah.
Super. That's really super. I have just, it's mixed now, so we will jump to another. Now, you also enjoy.
Yes, this is in Bhutan, and I made a trek. It was called trekking and spirituality. All the trekking went to a monastery very high, and this photo was taken for 4,008 meter, near 5,000 meters.
Wow.
And I was so proud. And after that, I said, I am the highest harpist in the world. It has been fantastic. Fantastic.
It was not cold there?
No.
Lucky you.
Yes, it has been
Here we have.
This is a record, CD record with Pierre Amoyal, the violinist, the young one, and with the conductor Armin Jordan, fantastic conductor. And we made a record of score.
The
Sport double concerto. Sport double concerto. I make a concerto by Dalvimar, wonderful. Nobody play it. I don't know where is it. And
for violin and harp. Is it Dalvimar for violin and harp concerto?
No, it's harp. Absolutely. But Sport was yes. Yeah. So it was a record for Erato.
And is it possible to get it? Is it possible to?
I don't know. Really, I don't know. Somewhere in the Erato. I don't know.
We will search.
I more or less I made near 50 record CD.
Wow. Yeah, and what is your favorite record, which you like the best by yourself? What has some personal touch for you?
Perhaps Recuerdos with Spanish and Argentine music. Perhaps that one. I love and I love also the Russian Lamslav. I hate all my records. No. I don't. I hate to hear myself because you know it's impossible to hear yourself clearly, because it's the same as if you are in a mirror. I say, oh, I'm so beautiful. I'm so pretty. That's incredible. It's that a record is that. And when you hear, there is one really with in my heart. The one I made with Nemanja Radulovic. That one really I love it because I love Nemanja. He is fantastic. I make music. I give concerts with him during 17 years.
Wow.
I begin with him when he arrives in France. He was 13, and when he arrives, I begin to play with him, and it has been something incredible. I give recital and invite him to come with me because it was very difficult for his family. It has been fantastic. I hope we can. We had a concert in Paris in March, but we couldn't give it because of COVID.
Yeah, but it's going to be postponed, hopefully, for the autumn.
I don't know. Life will say that later. I don't know. All the concerts, it's the same for you. All the concerts are push.
No, pushed, yeah, indeed. Yeah.
I don't know if the concert is again, it's fantastic. If it's not, it's the same. No,
that's c'est la vie.
Exactly.
And just now, you have also here concert. Is a beautiful church, or what is this?
Yes. It's a very. I think it's 3 years ago. Because very near. It's in a abbey, Solignac, and it's a Christmas concert, and there is no light. There is only candles.
Oh my!
And it's not so easy to play. It's complicated. Yes, it's really complicated, but it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, and this one I love. I love the photo. It's in a church. It's in Orléans, and I love they put this big white. What it was, a shirt, or I don't know what sheet. I don't know what it is, and I was completely with the organ. And it has been also very difficult because I couldn't hear, he couldn't hear me. So, and finally we played together.
So you played organ and harp together?
Yes.
But it's
it was one floor up. And, yes, and he has something to hear me on it. And I said, but how can we? He said, play, I will follow you. Thanks God.
But the picture is beautiful, so it must have been
Yes, I love this picture. Yes, it's beautiful. Just as a picture.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Just as a painting.
And here's our beautiful Marielle. It's in Hungary. It's in Budapest.
Absolutely. Hungary, it's yes, in the name of this castle where we played. You were there also.
It's the Budapest, it's the Budapest Festival. I have here also the picture from our concert there.
What is this?
It was in Budapest at the concert hall in Liszt Academy.
Oh,
it was a festival. It was with Isabel Moretti and with Andrea Wick, who is the.
This is okay. I don't know this picture.
Yes, that's my surprise for you. Here, Marielle is a really beauty. It's just gorgeous picture. It's absolutely gorgeous picture.
This was on a CD. CD. I don't know exactly which one. Yes, and the dress was dark red, beautiful.
Wow. And here this with.
Yes, this is with Nemanja Radulovic, and it's also the record, the outside of the CD, and we did it in I think 6 years ago or something like that, or 5 years ago. I don't remember.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And it's you again as a picture.
It was for a film. For a film on Calde, and the harp I had, it's coming from a museum for sure, and I just remember that there was perhaps there is one or perhaps two strings. They was made with a camel. It's a camel string. I don't know. And on the table there was a little thing white, and I begin to do that. And when they arrived just as the table, don't touch that, because it's, I don't know, something from 5 years before GC.
And I will just now interrupt with a message from Elena Zadimodi, who sends you greetings. And
thank you, Elena. Thank you.
We have many.
I remember you well, and I told you very interesting. Thanks. Okay, my best wishes, Elena.
We have here also many greetings also from Anna Makarova, from
hi Anna.
From Poland.
Very nice.
From Anna Verkolhancova, we have from Skyla Kanga.
Yeah, hi, all the friends.
From many, I just want that I will not forget about someone here, so that I will show all the messages for you. And
best wishes to everybody. I hope I don't say too much silly thing.
No, you are absolutely wonderful, and we can continue if you don't mind with the pictures, because they are so gorgeous. You have here also the really picture painting.
Yes. This is a drawing by my mother-in-law. She was a great painter. She was Annette Fèvre, and I don't know if it was in no, it's not on music. No, I don't know. I don't know from where it is.
It's beautiful. It's and yes. Here you are.
Yeah, he is Georges Charpak. He was a great physician. He was a Nobel Prize, and this picture was taken for my first decoration. You know, I'm now dressed as an old general. You know, I have a lot of different medals. Yeah, but Charpak was a fantastic man, and he loved the music, and a real friend. And so when you always all the time speak about astrophysics and all this, for me it was just extraordinary to go in another world, you know. And the same world as us, you cannot touch it, but it exists. And music is exactly the same.
That's true. That's true. You have here. This is also a nice picture.
It is Henri Salvador. Henri Salvador is a singer, very well known in France. And yes, I don't remember. I met him in a cruise, during a musical cruise. We went somewhere in Jamaica, or I don't know, where all these people they are.
Yes.
There are no more.
Here you are. And
Yes, my first tour in Japan. In Japan with the trio Nordmann. It was a flute, cello, and harp. And we make music together during 15 years, everywhere in the world. And you know, we had more than 40 trio written specially for us, and we play all of them. My goodness.
And the combination, it's violin, cello.
No violin, flute, cello, harp.
Wow.
Very good combination.
Absolutely.
And we were the first, quite the first. When we began, we had two trios to play. We had Damas and Pastoral de Noël de Jolivet. And when I stopped with them, we had 40 trio specially dedicated to us, and a lot of transcriptions. There is a very good transcription. There is a trio, a Boieldieu trio for violin, cello, and piano, and you can play it on the harp, and it's a very good trio. I think it's possible to find it somewhere. And we played a lot of Jean Chrétien Bach, and Schubert, and Mozart. The trio,
yes,
I couldn't remember.
Here you have also some kind of movie things, or
no, it was a musical theater. It was called the Teamed Harp, and also we played it during 15 years, everywhere, absolutely everywhere in France. And it was with a tape dancer and with a comedian who made masks. And I had 5 harp on the stage, and I just remember that I had 167 strings to tune before them on the stage. And I was also the narrator.
yeah.
And something happened, a lot of things happened. But I remember on the beginning, because it was the first time I played a text who was not just speaking like that. And I had a very fantastic metteur en scène, Alain Sachs. And there was a moment I had to speak, and he said to me, "Oh, I know you are a good artist, a great harpist. Okay, I'm not interested by that, but the way you say the text is just not bad, very bad. Oh, yes, okay. I don't know I'm not a theater. So show me. No, I don't want to show you. You have to discover by yourself." The same way as Laskin. Discover by yourself. Don't wait for me that I'm going to give you drop. And I remember I cried with him, and I was 50 years old. And it has been fantastic. I was so happy to have the opportunity to speak to the people. So I was sure people could understand what I wanted to share, you know, more, because it was, you can touch the words, but you cannot touch the music. Oh, it has been fantastic.
I can imagine. It's all the experiences you had. It's only, like you said, it's puzzles which brought you higher and higher. It's really amazing.
Because you know, I take a lot of risk, a lot of risk. I didn't only to play harp music, and I had to build something. Music must go with the text, and the text you have to learn it. And I was just like that because before I enter on the stage, I was ill, not to play harp, but if the text sucks, what can I do? I don't know. I can speak of that during all the night.
That's wonderful. Just continue speaking. I will just only now, because we get also a message from Marisa Robles. So it's very nice to see you. You may remember me from past times.
Yes, I remember you, Marisa, for sure.
So, Maria, you look fantastic. Your story is very interesting. So she sends out love and.
Thank you very much, Marielle.
Thank you so much. It's lovely that you are with us, that all the people are with us, and we thank you very much for these all messages. And I have here, this is also another picture. Oh my goodness, this is so funny.
When I was, I couldn't, in the audience, there was a lot of little harpists, and when I was like that, at every time I hear, they couldn't imagine that Marielle Nordmann was, I was about 50 years old.
This is fantastic.
I'm sorry, but it's me.
Tell me, what kind of pieces you are playing when you are in the mask?
Like that, it was a ragtime.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Not so easy, because I had to find a ragtime without pedal.
Of course.
But it's not so easy for the equilibrium,
I can imagine. Oh my goodness, this is really special.
And it's a mask, because it's not only the hat, it's also. I wasn't like that. Never, I swear.
But it's wonderful. It's really wonderful. It's super nice.
I just look at my feet are just black under. Because I was naked, during all the spectacle. So the stage is not very clear.
It's really very, very funny, wonderful picture. This picture I have already showed before, but for those who came a little bit later, I just want to remind it again on the lesson with Lil Luskin.
Yes, it was a film called Musical Lesson, and he has I just remember that she got a first prize ex aequo as the Don Juan by Louzet. Yeah, she was very proud of that. And I remember I play cadenza of Ravel.
I see. Wow, yes. And did you the harps which Lil Luskin used to have and played on it, did you get them, or where they are, these harps?
You didn't know what happened with her harps. There was a burning, how do you say that? A flat burn completely.
No.
Yes, just 1 year before she died, and there was 9 harps inside.
Oh my God.
That has been terrible.
Oh, that's terrible.
And her husband was in the flat, and he was saved by somebody came. I wasn't there. Somebody came and pick him in the fire. He was very ill, and he died some months later. And after that, all the harp was completely out. But also there was everything was burned, and I find in his ashes, I find letter by Debussy, letter by Ravel, letter by Jolivet, letter by Pierné, and all the great composers. There was half burned. It was a crazy situation. Yes, but in China, when a flat burn at the end of life, they say that all the material things burn, so the soul can go directly to heaven. She died one year after, December and beginning of January the last year.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's some kind of really very incredible touching sign. Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. That's sad. That's very sad.
And it's not for that, but I don't know if you past year I give not all, but a lot of music partition. How do you say partition? From my music, I make I give all my music to conservatoire, Paris Conservatoire, and they are going to put all the music in line online.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes, so all the harpists they're going to make the I don't know the word in English, index, kind of index, and after that, from where you are, you can ask for this music or this music.
Wow.
I had a lot here. I have enough for all my life, but I gave a lot of things I would sure I will not play again.
That's fun.
As a Bayerischer Concerto. Never. Too much work.
You have such a wide repertoire already. You really you can play for ages what you all played already.
I have enough to play during 20 years more. I hope not. I hope not.
I hope yes, please. I hope yes. I really
hope no.
I wish.
Depend because here it's okay. I don't know. After that, I can perhaps tomorrow I will be just as a. We don't know.
Don't even
doesn't matter.
Not even talk about it, because
it's not important, my dear. We are not eternal. Anyway,
I
we are
know.
not eternal, and I'm happy to be as I am. So, but I know it can change just like that. And this is important to know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And be
thankful. What?
Be thankful what we have now at this moment. Yeah. And again, one picture which I already showed before. It's a gorgeous picture of you.
Yes. I go to be married with Patrice Fontana-Rosa. I stay with him 38 years. That's a lot. And Madame Lastine was, you say it was, I don't know the name.
Witness? Yes, she was witness.
I was so happy and so proud.
Yeah, you were fantastic. And here you have another picture with Lila Skin.
Yes, it was off. That was also sorry. It was a Montreux Festival in Switzerland. I remember probably I don't know if it was the first concert we played in duo. I just remember we entered on the stage. I was just dead of fear. I couldn't move even not my fingers, but my feet. Don't move. I couldn't go to the harp, and I just remember that I was up and say hello, and she began to play. And I wasn't standing on the harp. She began to play. And I remember I feel so stupid. She didn't have a look to me. And Marielle was stand up saying, "Oh, hello." I remember that all my life. I can swear that on the second concert, I was sitting down before her waiting, because she never had a look to me when we played. She always say, "Follow me, my dear. That's the best." Yes. Can we have a rehearsal? No, you don't need rehearsal. Just follow me. Okay. It was incredible. She was not very tall, and that. And when she was up, or when she was sit down, she was at the same point. So I didn't look with my eyes, and she was sitting down.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And here it's you.
Yes. It has been, how to say, an affiche, very big, before the concert. This was on the. I love this photo.
It's gorgeous picture. It's really,
It's,
and
uh,
this picture is famous.
it is a picture for one before for Sony, because I make records for Sony.
This is really absolutely like the actress, the typical French beautiful actress. So it's and very famous.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
You know,
Beautiful.
I have still the
Yes, really. That's lovely. And here you were awarded.
you know, in France we have sometimes people they meet for a very special. It's around wine. This wine. It's in Bourgogne. And I was, comment est-ce qu'on peut dire ça? There are grade, different grade. You are little one, and after that you go up and up and up. And each time you are invited to a fantastic meal with a lot of different wine, fantastic also. And so I have a lot of decoration about that, but I don't know.
Wonderful.
It was funny because this is in Iguazu, north of Argentina.
Wow.
Yes, you know, I was in Argentina during 10 years. No, not during 10 years, but I gave a lesson, and it has been a very important part of my teaching in Argentina. I have a lot of students in Argentina. And now Oscar Rodrigo was one of my students. Now he is in the Buenos Aires Conservatory. Is teaching there. And I had Argentina has a special place in my heart, and I know Argentina probably more than France, because I was from the complete north, Iguazu, where the picture was taken, to the complete south in Tierra del Fuego, Ushuaia. And when I was at Ushuaia, I was the first international artist playing there. All the instruments together. I was there, and I played in a dancing. And you know, Ushuaia, when I played there, were living 2,000 people were living in this place, and they were 700 people at the concert.
Wow.
You can imagine. And I was on a big stage with all the light of the dancing turning green, yellow, pink, and I was where is the door? But at the end of the concert, people came to me and they said, "Can we touch you? We are not sure you are real." I remember that. So, yes, it's a great souvenir, and my heart is always in Argentina. And now they made a lot of things for harp and.
But you started the national competition there.
Yes. Oh, you know, I made such a lot of things I couldn't remember, but I play a lot in Argentina, and also had not time enough. But I don't know if Oscar is there, and Marcela, and Graciela, and Alina, and such a lot of them. And yes.
But are you going there sometimes still, or are you coming? Are you returning to Argentina sometimes?
Yes, I came not such a lot of time, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, but something very strange happened. I arrived to give in Buenos Aires to give a recital, and I opened this finger completely like that, with a glass who has no, I took a glass I was in a flat. I took a glass, and under the water going out, but the glass stay empty. So I look, because don't do that. I do that for what happened, and it was just as a razor, and this part of my finger was taking off, not completely. It was there. So it was it has been terrible, because my Spanish is not so good. So I ran to I was alone. I ran to the pharmacy, and the pharmacy said, "Oh, we have to do that." I said, no. But finally, I couldn't play. So I went to Argentina not for nothing, because finally I make a master class.
Oh my! So they had to sew it. They had to.
No. I do it myself.
Yeah.
But it has been it hurt me during months. It's finished, but I couldn't play.
Yeah, of course. But thanks God that it's healed, that you can play now.
Yeah. Too much thing, No. Okay, I had also. But perhaps it's interesting to say to the young harpists, because when I was 35, I had a terrible problem with this finger, and they take off. It was a spin of rose. And after that, finally, it was become so terrible that they want to cut all this part and take it off. So I say, well, it's a little difficult for harpists to do that. So they take a lot, and I have no sensitivity on this finger since I'm 35. And sometimes when I play, my finger dies. And when it's like that, I make a wrong thing, because I want to move it, but it doesn't. So sometimes it has been difficult. All these things, this is life. I would say also a car accident, very, very serious car accident. And also all these things, you are not the same people before and after, because you begin to touch with your hand the fragility of life. So after that, you have not the same way of living, because you know that just doing it and you are not there. Going to Tierra del Fuego, we were so near. I was in helicopter, and we were so near to crash on the mountain. Just a second. I'm still there. One day I will say bye-bye. And that's all. But it's not a problem. I swear, it's not a problem. My life is so extraordinary that one day it's going to stop, and it's good like that. But I will say hello from here.
You have many angels who always take care of you, and that's yeah, absolutely. But if you say about the accident of the car, what does it mean that you are anyway driving the
No, I don't drive. I don't have, but I love to make it. No, I'm just behind.
You are not scared? You are not scared?
That's funny, because I say to my children, never go on a moto. And now, I don't know if it's perhaps 4 or 5 years ago. It's very, very recent photo. So they say, Mama.
You are a cascader, to tell it.
This is freedom. This is freedom.
Amazing. But you have also here a wonderful picture with students.
Yes, it's in Nice, Nice, Académie de Nice. Yes, it was between. Yes, it's my way of teaching.
And here you are.
I love this. Is a very recent photo. It's in Mongolia. in Mongolia. I was there with a humanitarian group because I did that very often. I did that in Mongolia. I did that with in Nepal, India, Madagascar, and so on.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's very important.
You were there just
important.
playing there.
No, I just want to say it's very important to be engaged, not only in music, because all the things you can really touch what is life, and life is not only for us to put a nice dress and to go on the stage. It's all, and it's like that you can grow up, and after that, when you play with all these souvenirs you have inside yourself, and so I think it's important.
Very wise, absolutely. And you have here also a nice picture.
Yes, with Nemanja Radulovic. Yes, Nemanja is one of. I have a lot of children. I had 3 coming from me, but I have, I don't know, 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 young musicians. Really, I love all these young musicians. I played with them during I said before 17 years, and I hope in the future.
That's wonderful. That's actually what you were taken from Little Luskin. You are now forwarding to the others again. So that's, the love of the teacher to the young one, and now you are the one who is giving this love to the others.
Yes, but I'm not the only one. a lot of people are. It's more we are more we were to live in that kind of life, and more the world will be in good condition. The world is not in so good condition, and all the thoughts we have, all the ideas we have, all our way of living is doing the world. Even if it's very around us, take care of the earth, take care of people, take care, of your garden if you have, or even if you have a little plant like that, it's exactly the same. It's the same. It's not the music is life.
Yes.
It's nothing else. I cannot say that life is music because it's not like that. But we are just a little human in the universe. So we must stay at our place. And our place is just an atom. I know that I'm nothing else. So even if I did all the thing, it's nothing. We are nothing. And you say, oh, you are very intelligent. No, I'm not so intelligent. I'm an idiot. I have so much to learn. So much. Incredible.
But so, you are a rich person. You are like really human being, such a rich person that everybody should learn from that. And that's something what the people are losing, unfortunately, these days. So that's
yeah, you have a lot of fantastic people. What is important is to follow your dream. What is important is to open your heart to people. What is important is don't think you are extraordinary and the other one is just nothing. And don't be jealous. Be generous. Be open. Be large. Be free. Finally, and like that, all the people around you and over there will feel better. And this is life. We can say that only with music because we don't know how to do another thing. But we have this opportunity. And with music, you can go everywhere on the world. You are not obliged to speak any language.
That's very true. Absolutely. Oh, how touching all what you are saying. I'm so thankful for that, what you share with the audience and with all of us, because it's really something what we should still repeat and hear that and take it for us, because I feel like the people mostly, as you said, we are here only as a visitors, we are here only, we are not entire life here. And some people, I feel like they don't realize that. It's like seems that, you know, we are not thankful for what we have. And that really, as you said, we can like this seconds, we can cross the street and the car will hit us and we will not be here. And what? You know, and that's exactly the point, which it's when we start to think this way, we change totally our view on the life. And it's
absolutely. And the world will continue without us.
absolutely, yeah, exactly.
So, you know, I can just say that we must all do our best all the time, and our best is not the same every day, because every day we are different. So during we have the opportunity to be in good condition. Please think to all what we have to do, not for us, for our own glory, but for the others. Because that if everyone think like that, the world will be great.
Very beautiful, indeed. Absolutely, absolutely. But it's lovely to know that there are still people like that, and that we can still meet these very, very special treasure people. That's something very important.
I want to thank you, Jana, to take all this time to make what you do there. It's very nice to you, because you have so much to prepare for yourself. It's fantastic.
My big pleasure, and I am so honored and so thankful that actually you had also time for us, and that you could share. And I have so many other pictures which I would like to still show, if you don't mind. Very quickly. No, you should speak. That's what. But I just don't want to take your time. He's from you.
Yes, this is with a young musician. It's in a castle in the south of France.
That's
in a festival.
Wonderful. And here's with Jean-Pierre.
I love this photo, and it's with Francis Chamber Orchestra. It was fantastic. And yes, it was a Festival de Cannes.
And do you remember how many concerts did you play with Jean-Pierre Rampal?
No, I don't know. I just a very little thing. I received a mail from Air France plane, and they said like only with Air France, because I didn't travel only with them. I make the distance from half Earth to Moon only with Air France. I say, oh yes.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
I'm very proud.
Oh, that's really fantastic.
I don't remember. I travel a lot with Rampal, especially in France for sure, but especially in Japan, America, Israel, and so on. So.
And how old have you been when you played the first concert with him?
If you have 2 hours more, we can continue. C'était en 75, j'ai vécu là en 75, 30, 30, 33, 30, would be around 35, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it was Mozart Concerto, the first concert together, or have you played solo recital together?
I think it was Mozart Concerto. And I just remember we played Mozart Concerto. It was not the same to the first concert, but very on the beginning. It was on a musical cruise. Well, okay, we give the concert. I had a very, very long dress, and just entering on the stage, he put one of his shoes on my dress, and I arrived with a very short dress, but I had a long dress, but I arrived because I heard.
Oh my God!
I was like that, so all my fear went away. I was like that. And on the first row, there were, I remember, on my Rostropovich, Isaac Stern, Yubin Mehta, no, Laurine Mazel, Shlomo Mintz, Maurice André, and now, please play Mozart. Oh my goodness, horrible. Yes, that's one of my first Mozart concerto.
That's wonderful. And do you remember which cadenzas did you usually play?
Yes, John Thomas. John Thomas 1-1-3. No, John Thomas second and Reinecker 1-3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite.
And here you are again.
This is a terrible story. It was in a circus, and I was invited guest, but without name. So I decided to arrive like that, and it was terrible. My shoes were Nemanja Radulovic. We played high double concerto, and my shoes were his shoes, and his number is 46, and I am 38, and under this pyjama, I was in evening dress, and I had a drink on my, and the man just, I do that. It's my son Guillaume, and I remember his face when I entered, because he didn't know I was like that. And when I entered in this, I looked to her and she said, "No, it's not Mama. No, it's not my mother. I'm sure it's not my mother." And I take all my clothes before the audience, with the audience, this and the pyjama, and the people say, "Oh."
Oh, and you had normal dress.
And after that, I played the high concerto.
And you had the normal dress below. You had
Yes, I have a long dress, and I keep it because nobody go on my dress.
That's fantastic. That's really funny. That's wonderful. And here you have also beautiful picture of yours.
Yes, it is with my daughter Stephanie. She's a fantastic pianist, and we made a lot of duo together.
Oh, okay.
Yes, harp and piano. And before her, I made a duo with François-René Ducharme, who's a very famous French pianist.
Fantastic. And here it's really very poetic picture.
This is Tierra del Fuego. It's Ushuaia, and in Argentina, south, completely south of. I love this photo. Yes, I don't remember. In 1995, perhaps.
This is wonderful. And I have now some of my pictures as a present for you.
Okay.
If you remember this, we were in Israel at the competition jury. And I have found even this when we were having some lunch there. And here with the whole jury also. And here some very nice picture. And I love this picture, Marielle. Do you remember?
Where is it?
This is also in Israel, where we were going to the sightseeing, just to the seaside, and we were there together having the walk. It's such a really wonderful memory. And Marielle, you're, as I said many times, you are really special. And for me, you are very special, mainly, really, as I admire you, I love you, and I
love you too. Thank you, Jana.
All the way, because you are for me the idol of the person, how and human being, how the people should be. And I'm so thankful, really, because even these 2 hours, which went so fast, were so enriching for me, and I'm sure that for everybody, and that maybe we changed a little bit, you changed a little bit the view of life of the people, which is so important. And I cannot find the words enough to thank you for that.
Well, I thank you very much, and I say yes to this interview because it's you. because
I
other
so
people are.
much
Okay, all my wishes for a really beautiful life, and to everyone who are there, and I hope for everyone that music will continue and will be better and better. And please be yourself. Be yourself. That's all.
Thank you, Marielle. And please, you take care and make us happy all the time, like you do, and for hundreds of years, and still, because we need these people for our life. So
Okay. To the next meeting. To the next meeting, Jana.
I'm looking forward to see you in person finally, hopefully soon. And please take care of
Okay.
yourself.
I hope to. I hope to. All
Yes.
the best for you, for your life, and for your music, my dear.
Thank you very much for you too. And I say goodbye to everybody, and thank you that all of you have been here with us. And my big hug to you, Marielle. Thank you so much.
From you. Bye bye, Jana.